On September 18th, 1999, in Las Vegas at the Mandalay Bay Event Center, there was a fight called the Fight of the Millennium, which was a boxing match between two undefeated fighters. One of the fighters was Felix Trinidad. The other fighter was Oscar De La Hoya. And that fight was to unify the WBC and IBF welterweight championships. Now, we all kind of believe that Oscar De La Hoya didn't do enough to win the fight. He could have easily won the fight. But I wasn't really looking so much at the fight itself. I looked at two opposing countries that did not, in my opinion, like each other. There was Puerto Rico, and then there was Mexico. And you can see that there was some, I won't say a hostility, but let's just say they were not friends, right? Although they both spoke Spanish. That is also very common between Dominicans and Hispanics. Like, you know, these are not like the best of buddies, you can tell, right? But now, here's what you're noticing now in America. And you're noticing that all these groups, despite their issues, come together as one voting block. As who? The Latino American community. Who are those groups in the Latino American community? Well, there are people that are Cuban, they're Mexican, Puerto Rican, South American, Central American, and some of these are Afro-Latinos. All right. So to give that into perspective, I want to talk about Mr. John Leguizamo, who is, very great actor, very funny comedian. He's even collaborated with a lot of African-American comedians, and I think it's pretty funny. But I want you to watch this particular clip.
Latin people, we're the largest ethnic group in America, the oldest ethnic group. We built this country. We suffered in this country. We were oppressed, and we're thriving. We add $2.8 trillion to the GDP every year. If we were our own country, we'd be the fifth largest economy in the world, bigger than England, bigger than Italy, bigger than Brazil. And that's just in America. So I found Latin excellence all over America, in Chicago, in DC, in Miami, in Puerto Rico, in LA, in New York. And we ate, we danced, and we celebrated, because nobody knows how to enjoy life as good as Latinos.
Now, that is a very interesting clip there. Okay. I also want you to check out my brother. Search for Uhuru, check out his channel, Brother Dynasty Amir, and what he has to say about blacks who use the same argument. We built this country. Play that clip.
The bank failures. I mean, the list goes on, and did I upload the video? I think I uploaded the video yesterday of the Kenyan president saying pretty much, listen, the US dollar, y'all deal with that at your own risk. So you have a global community of nations that are starting to wean off dependency, or wean away, or separate themselves from the US dollar. Meanwhile, you got black folks talking about, we built this country and we fight, we don't flee. And I knew this day was coming. That's why I've been telling you guys, listen, seek other options outside of, Baltimore is low math scores. Chicago was reading. Okay, sorry about that. That's why I've been saying, seek other options outside of America. When I say Africa, y'all get offended. For some reason. So it doesn't have to be in Africa, all right? Check out Panama. Hell, check out Mexico. There are other countries.
Now, I just want to say something. I know there is somewhat of a beef between some of the brothers in the African communities and some of the brothers and sisters in the American communities, African-American communities, be it or Caribbean. It's the same thing that happens in Britain. It's getting a little better now, but obviously I've heard about that, the Caribbeans versus Nigerians versus Ghanaian beef and so on and so forth. But what you're seeing is the Latino community is not saying, look, Mexicans add $2.8 trillion to the GDP every year. He's saying we built this country. He's talking about Hispanics. He's talking about Mexicans. He's talking about Puerto Ricans. He's talking about Afro-Latinas. And he was completely disregarding African Americans or blacks. He's saying we are the ones that are injured as a minority in this country. And African Americans use the same argument. But the situation is this: all of these people are looking at themselves as one group, the Latino American group. And whatever issues that they have, they're gonna all have one block in Brazilian, Portuguese, and that would include even, let's say, some people who are African, Dominican, or whatever. Doesn't matter. We built this country. So we're putting all of these people into one Latino community. And as one Latino community, we're gonna come together despite the fact that, hey, we don't like each other that much sometimes, or we have even fought or beefed, whatever, in different gangs and all that, against the rest of these people, the blacks, the whites. We built this country. And I'm gonna tell you, like, what a lot of black people on Twitter are doing. They're going back against that. They're saying that this person, he needs to be canceled and all of this. And I can definitely get it. I understand it. But where are you gonna get the pushback from? Okay, now basically black people are calling them out. But the thing about it is this, and as an African American, we know who opened the door for all these other groups, but look at the play they're calling now. He's behind all that voting block because the Latino block is the biggest minority. We're not anymore. They're saying we are the 5th largest economy. We've seen J-Lo do the same thing. Jennifer Lopez used to almost claim black. Now she's back claiming Latino. Why? Because now they got the juice. They have even $1 more trillion than we have in the GDP. But they're trying to unite all their people. He's Hispanic talking like this. She's Puerto Rican talking like this, I believe. And as blacks, we gotta wake up and smell the coffee. Because these other groups are gonna look at us and disregard us for what we have done in America. They're already doing it right now, and they can do it without impunity. Because who's gonna check the Latino community? They're pretty much saying, we dare you to check us. What are you gonna do? We got the power, we got the businesses, we got the support, we got the unity, we're gonna celebrate our people. All you can do is complain about it. That's what he's saying. And we as blacks, this should be a call. Even if you can't get along with everybody, you gotta start working with each other. I don't care what you wanna call it. If you don't wanna work with Africans or whatever, or African Americans, you need to see what the writing on the wall is. Here's what other groups are looking at. They're saying these people, we can use their arguments now and say it's about us. And all you're gonna be able to do is tweet about it. But the politicians is gonna favor them. Politicians not gonna favor blacks anymore. They're going to the biggest voting blocks. They got the numbers. They got the numbers and they got the money. So going back and forth with them on Twitter don't even matter. We got to get back into doing the work because these people we're gonna keep getting passed up, and they're having more kids than we having. We got to look at what's going on. We really got to start as blacks, start loving ourselves. Start trying to work together before it gets too late. If it already, and some folks think it's too late as it is. But guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Drunk. Appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe to the bell. We're out.